Welcome to the quiz show, The Contenders. I'm your host, Bae Young. On the 6th, the high school seniors in Korea experienced their college entrance exams. And of course, we want to wish them the best of luck on their score. We also want to express our appreciation for their hard work and also the support of their family and friends. Best of luck to you. Now let's begin today's quiz. Let's welcome today's contenders. Welcome to our stage. We have the Big Break team, Kim Jung-yeon and Park Eri. I understand that you guys are translators and interpreters. Very tough work. And you named yourselves to express the big break you're taking from your work. Does it matter where you end up?
No, as long as we get a break, it's fine.
Okay, so it's just good being on our stage and having fun.
Right.
Thank you very much for joining us, and good luck to you today. Going against you today, we have the Apex team, Im Chang-baek and Cho Eun-kyung, join us on our stage. And you named yourselves a word that means peak. Why did you pick Apex as your team name?
Apex means the top, and I guess we started a trip to the top. It also means a cheap ticket to Europe, and we really want to go to Europe, so that's why we made it as our name.
Ah, wow, this is very ambitious of you. Well, good luck to you today as well. And now let us begin the quiz. Now in this first section, we'll be giving you 10 multiple choice questions worth 10 points each. You'll get 5 seconds to answer per question. You can call out chance and we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices and give you a better chance at getting the correct answer. Now, big break if you're ready. Please choose among question sets Q, U, I, and Z.
Q, please.
Question set Q, number 1. Of the following, which animal does not walk on 4 legs? 1 giraffe, 2 lion, 3 ostrich, 4 elephant.
3 ostrich.
Question number 2. Of the following, which has a different meaning? 1 thanks, 2 xie xie, 3 gracias, 4 bonne chance.
4 bonne chance.
Very good. Bonne chance, of course, means good luck, and of course, bonne chance to you today. And we go into question number 3. Of the following, which is not a movie that Nicole Kidman appeared in? 1 Moulin Rouge, 2 To Die For, 3 Charlie's Angels, 4 The Others.
3 Charlie's Angels.
And of course, Cameron Diaz appeared in Charlie's Angels. Did you watch the movie?
Yeah.
Do you like the Angels action?
Yeah.
It was pretty cool to see the women fight, right?
Yeah.
We go into question 4 now. What play in American football results in the biggest score gain if successful? 1 safety, 2 field goal, 3 touchdown, 4 convert.
3 touchdown.
Very good. And question number 5, and you still haven't used chance. Question number 5. Singer Lance Bass, who recently attempted to become a space tourist, is a member of which singing group? 1 Ep4, 2 Backstreet Boys, 3 Westlife, 4 NSYNC.
4 NSYNC.
You know, we're already halfway through and you still haven't used chance. You know, hearing that you guys are translators and interpreters, I'm sure people who are watching at home who like to study English and to keep up with us because of that are wondering how you are so wonderful at both Korean and English. What is your secret?
Practice.
Practice? A lot of study?
Yes.
I think that is the secret that we all rely on. And now we go into question number 6. Which is an incorrect match between a comic and its creator? 1. 광수 생각, 박광수. 2. Peanuts, Schultz. 3. Garfield, Davis. 4. Calvin and Hobbes, Schuster.
4. Calvin and Hobbes, Schuster.
And of course, Bill Watterson created Calvin and Hobbes. Do you like the animation or the comic?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we go to question 7. Of the following, which is not a memory medium which has a 12 centimeter diameter? 1 CD, 2 DVD, 3 VCD, 4 MD.
4 MD.
And of course, the MD is a square cartridge. And we go into question 8. Of the following, which is an incorrect connection between a painter and his native country? 1. Munch, Norway. 2. Rembrandt, France. 3. Goya, Spain. 4. Van Gogh, Netherlands.
Would you like to take our chance, please?
Okay, please take your chance. Final selection, big break. Final selection.
Number 2.
Very good. Of course, Munch is from Norway. And big break, you've taken your chance, but we go into question number 9. Now, what do you think of your chances of getting to 10 and getting the 50 bonus points?
Less than 20.
From 1 to 100%, what would you rate yourself?
I guess take 50-50.
Pretty modest. We go into question number 9. Of the following, which food has the most calories? 1. 100 grams of castella. 2. 100 grams of mocha-flavored bread. 3. 100 grams of banana. 4. 100 grams of cheesecake.
4.
Cheesecake.
Apparently, according to nutritionist charts, 100 grams of castella, because of all the butter and egg, the calories get driven up. And big break, you did a great job anyway. You scored 80 points. Congratulations. And now we go on to the Apex team. You have choices of U, I, and Z. Which will you have?
May we have I?
Okay, question set I, number 1. Of the following, which river is located in Seoul? 1. 낙동강, 2. 섬진강, 3. 한강, 4. 동강.
3. 한강.
Question 2. What is the name of Superman's secret identity? 1. Flash Gordon, 2. Clark Kent, 3. Bruce Wayne, 4. Kato Kaelin.
Number 2. Clark Kent.
And of course, Bruce Wayne is the identity of Batman. And how are you feeling on our stage today, Apex?
Feel great.
Not nervous at all?
A little bit. But
Oh, you guys look totally relaxed. And we go into question
Really, you
number.
think so?
Oh yeah, and we go into question number 3. The span of an hour in a clock is how many degrees in a circle? 1. 15 degrees, 2. 30 degrees, 3. 45 degrees, 4. 60 degrees.
Number 2. 30.
Some quick math, and it is 30 degrees, and we go into question number 4. Ascorbic acid is another name for which vitamin? 1. Vitamin A, 2. Vitamin B12, 3. Vitamin C, 4. Vitamin E.
3. Vitamin C.
And of course, we should get plenty of this, especially as the weather changes to very cold weather, right? To ward against the cold. And question 5. Of the following, what is the international radio code for all receivers in amateur radio, also known as ham? 1. CQ, 2. QRM, 3. DX, 4. QSO.
I'd like to take a chance.
Okay, we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. Please make your final selection, Apex.
Number 1, CQ.
Was it a cold guess?
Just guessed.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And we actually saw the ham radio in Korean movies like 동감 and also US-made movies like Frequency. And we did see CQ in that movie. And we go into question number 6. The Ryder Cup is won by players in which sport? 1, golf, 2, tennis, 3, badminton, 4, rugby.
Number 1, golf.
Apex, do you play golf?
Yeah.
You have a pretty good
golf.
handy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, confident. And of course, the Ryder Cup is played between the US and European players. And we go into question 7. Which monarch ruled Great Britain the longest? 1, Queen Elizabeth I, 2, Queen Elizabeth II, 3, Queen Victoria, 4, Henry VIII.
Number 3, Queen Victoria.
And yes, she even gave rise to a period in her name, Victorian era. And question number 8. The word planet comes from which Greek word? 1, sphere, 2, wanderer, 3, gigantic star, 4, heavenly body. Apex, final answer, please.
Number 1, sphere.
Actually, it was wanderer that we were looking for, but you did a good job anyway. You're just 10 points behind. Apex, you closed this section with 70 points. Big Break, you're ahead at 80. It is proving to be a very close game, which makes the next part all the more interesting. We test how well you work together. We give you a list of 20 words in a pre-chosen category, and of course, you cannot use the word or phrase that we give you as a hint to your partner. Big Break, if you're ready, please take your position next to me. And now, Big Break, you picked stocks and bonds as your category. Why did you do that?
We thought maybe if the title is hard, it would be easier to guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Very much of a paradox, I think. Do you know much about stocks and bonds?
Not much, but I hope that easier ones will come out.
Okay. All right. The best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And are you ready?
Yep.
Ready, go.
The U.S. Financial hub.
Wall Street.
Korean Comprehensive Index.
Kospi.
Oh, sorry, Korean tech-heavy index.
Kosdaq.
It's what we do together when we agree, we write something together. C.
Contract.
Japanese stock market. N.
Nikkei.
The famous stock company starting with M.
M.
It has a cow as its symbol. Bull. Pass. The stock group of a stock.
Portfolio.
P, yeah. It starts with an A and it is in the account sheet at the end. Your total capital.
Asset.
When you are in the middle and intermediating somebody, B. Yeah, you have to intermediate someone to buy stock or something. Okay, pass. It starts with N, tech heavy, US.
Nasdaq.
It's J.
Junk
And-
fund.
Market researcher, A.
Analyst.
It's stock term in gambling, B.
Blue chip.
And it's another name for stock, S.
Security.
It's a company name starting with M, and it's a stock company. Just name any company. Pass. D and a comprehensive index in America.
Dow Jones Industrial.
So you did a great job. It was a pretty tough category to go ahead with. And of course, you guys didn't get the 2 investment houses that we were looking for, or companies that do this kind of work in stocks and bonds, Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley. You passed on both of those. And of course, you didn't get broker, which is a securities firm or an investment advisor associated with a firm. But you did a great job. You end the section with 200 points. And now Apex, if you're ready, please take your position. And Apex, you picked careers. Do you have a career change in mind? Is that why you picked this?
Yeah, actually.
Oh,
right.
you do? To?
Actually, missionary.
Wow, a heavenly job.
And very tough job.
Yes,
So.
I can gather. Where would you like to go?
Indonesia, actually.
Well, we have a lot of Indonesian viewers. Maybe they'll be seeing you in their neighborhood sometime soon. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Go.
Helps doctors. Helps doctors.
Nurse.
S works for the country.
Pass.
L works in the court. Attorney.
Lawyer.
W works in the restaurant. Man.
Waiter. Waitress.
A sports player. Park Chan-ho.
Athlete.
S you
Shooter.
said no sniper.
Sniper.
Similar. Politics. Pass.
Pass.
A counts people's taxes.
Accountant.
C works in the golf field.
Gallery.
Helps golfer.
Caddy.
Okay. J writes for a newspaper.
Journalist.
Pass. D Sherlock Holmes.
Detective.
V sick animals.
Veterinarian.
A works for the country in the foreign country. Swiss. A
Pass.
C helps people's mental problems.
Psychiatrist.
Similar. P
Psychic.
mental.
Pass.
D wrong kid.
Dentist.
You did well to squeeze in dentist at the very end. You passed, well, you came up with a psychiatrist, but we were looking for a psychologist who is also a therapist. And of course, you passed on ambassador, somebody who works overseas as a nation's worker. And also, we were looking for somebody who uses guns, sometimes spy. But you did a good job. You end this section at 160 points. Big break, you're ahead at 200 points. And now you get to begin to use the buzzer. We welcome Mr. Kim Jun-sung to help me with the questions. So how do you see our very close game from backstage?
Well, the quality of the show has gone up, and it's been pretty exciting every time. So, you know, I just really, I think it comes down to the last section and a little bit more gamesmanship. I think that's what's going to separate the, you know, the winning team and the losing team.
Because everybody seems to be pretty equal on what they know, right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
know a lot.
Yeah.
And now let's go and tell us the rules.
Okay, this next round is a round of 15 multiple choice questions. Each question is worth 30 points, and you have 5 seconds to answer. The first team that buzzes in can answer. If the answer is wrong or you cannot answer the question at all, then the question will go over to the other team. And when both teams cannot get the answer, then we will give you a spelling hint. And wait for this lady to call on your name or she's going to beat you up.
Well, perhaps not beat you up, maybe push you off the stage.
Yeah.
No. Okay, let's have question number 1.
All right, question number 1, health. According to Asahi Shimbun, the mouse experiment conducted by Tokyo University indicates that this can be used in fighting obesity. The research team found that adiponectin, which is a kind of this burns fatty acids. This is a chemical that transfers information and instructions between cells in animals and plants. What is this?
Pretty tough. Let's look at the spelling hint then. Apex?
Hormone.
Good catch with that. And of course, we all need hormones to make our bodies work. And we go on to question 2.
Okay, question number 2 is sport. The roots of this sport goes back thousands of years. In 1955, a number of similar schools of martial arts were merged and the resulting style was named this. It literally means the art of hand and foot fighting. In this year's Asian Games, Korea won 12 gold medals in this Korean martial art. What is this?
Big break.
Taekwondo.
With that big break, you're 40 points ahead. We'll see what happens with this next question.
Okay, question number 3 is about entertainment. On October 4th, my birthday, this actor has a star number 2,205.
Apex.
Time.
Yes. And of course, that is 25 feet from the entrance of Kodak Theater. And of course, he's Asia's biggest box office star for more than 20 years. And of course, is known for Rush Hour and Shanghai Noon among his very many movies. And let's have the next question.
Okay, our next question is number 4 about geography. After 1 year, 1 month, and 1 day since the 9/11 terror, there has been a terror incident in this place. This is an island in southern Indonesia, one of the lesser Sunda Islands in the Indian Ocean. What is this place? Which is
Big break.
Bali.
And yes, and we had 2 Korean people who were suspected of having died there. So that's very unfortunate. That such a honeymoon site would be something that we associate now with terrorism. It's very close still. We have 40 points separating you again. And now we go into question number 5.
okay, country. The first population census in this country in 14 years is gathering much interest. It is a census among 147 million, and it was difficult due to people's lack of cooperation. This is an independent republic in Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. What is this country, which is the world's largest by area?
Big break.
Russia.
Now, big break, you're increasing your lead. Now, let's have the next question, please.
Okay, question number 6 is issue. According to the official Xinhua news agency, China has imposed strict new limits on blank cafes, banning minors and demanding that operators keep records.
Apex.
Internet.
That's right, and of course, the internet is a global computer information system.
Your advice was helpful.
Yep, they took my advice and actually are moving up. You still have 40 points between you, though. We'll see what happens with this next 30-point question.
Number 7, title. Will this movie be reenacted? On the 8th, a mother of a victim of a terror attack asked President Bush to transfer her twin son to a safer place. This is very similar to the story of this movie. What is this movie starring Tom Hanks and Matt Damon, directed by Steven Spielberg?
Think about where these people appear together. Why don't we take a look at the spelling hint? Think back to where you last saw Tom Hanks in a military uniform. Big break.
Saving Private Ryan.
Very good, big break. You caught that. Big break. I want to remind you once again that you have to wait until I call out your team name or else the credit might be mixed up, okay? And we go on to question number 8.
Okay, question number 8 is person. About a person. According to an internet bulletin board on BBC, remains of a shipwreck proving that the first Caucasian to arrive in Australia was not this person have been discovered. He is a British explorer and navigator, and he is best known as the discoverer of the Hawaiian Islands. Who is this person, also known as Captain Blank?
Apex.
Captain Cook.
Very good. And once again, Apex and Big Break have 40 points between them. And Big Break, you are still in the lead. And let's have the next question, please.
Okay, next question is about a writer. This person's play, Three Sisters, was performed for the month of October in Daeangno in Seoul. This major Russian playwright and master of the modern...
Apex.
Anton Chekhov.
That's right. Chekhov's, and he's written The Seagull, Uncle Vanya, and The Cherry Orchard. Those are among his most famous works. And, of course, you've closed the gap to just 10 points now. Big Break, you still have a 10-point lead. And let's see what happens with this next question, please.
Okay, question number 10 is about a word. Recently, this word is used not only in politics, but also in culture, economy, society, international relations, and sports, blah, blah, blah. It refers to control or dominating influence by one person or group over others, especially by one political group.
Apex.
hegemony.
That's right. Oh, actually, Apex, you have the lead. You are in the lead by 20 points. This is an exciting break for you. Big Break, you gotta stay on top.
It's their hegemony right now.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for that vocab lesson.
Yeah.
And let's have the next question, please.
Okay, question number 11 is about musical. On October 29th and 30th, this Korean musical was...
Apex.
장보고.
Now, Apex, you've increased your lead. You're 50 points ahead. And now let's have the next question, please.
Okay, question number 12 is about clothes. On October 8th, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees held a photo exhibit and music concert to help Afghan refugees at the Hoan Art Hall in Seoul.
Apex.
부르카.
That's right. And of course, the burqa is the traditional clothing of Afghan women, and of course, it covers the entire body. And Big Break, we'd like to see you back in the game. And Shin-sung, please, let's have the next question, please.
Okay, question number 13, economy. It is expected that this, among medium-sized game developing companies, will continue due to the atrophy of the domestic PC market. This is a management strategy in which a company achieves ownership of a company by buying its stocks. What is this, which is made up of two words?
Big Break.
Mergers and acquisitions.
And with that, you've actually decreased Apex's lead to 50 points. It's 400 versus 350, still close. And let's have the next question, please.
Okay, number 14 is about toy. President Theodore Roosevelt's nickname blank.
Big Break.
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
Good job, Big Break. Apex, I think you were a little overeager to share the information with us. Again, I'd like to remind you that it really is for you that you only answer after I call your team name. Well, lucky for you, they already knew the answer. Now, this last question becomes very, very important because whoever answers this correctly will go on to the finals to face the Soul Searchers. I don't know how lucky that is to go against them, but it's going to decide who will go on to the finals. Now, let's have the next question.
Last question, body. Is this more apt to fall out in autumn? It's true. As temperature and humidity becomes lower, a keratoid layer forms on the skull, and this accelerates the falling out of this. This of humans grow at a rate of about 13 millimeters per...
Big Break.
Hair.
And with that, it was a very close game. Great effort by Apex, but Big Break, you get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. Now, Apex and Big Break, you were going back and forth the entire game. It was very close. You had the lead until the last question, and I think you were just holding on. I think you may have known the answer, but you were just making sure. What is it that you have to say to Big Break, who won and are going to go face the Soul Searchers? Any words for them?
Well, good luck to you all.
And any words for those of the supporters who are back home who are watching you right now?
Well, it was really a pleasure for me to participate in this game. Well, it was fun.
Thank you very much for joining us. And big break, well, as Chun-Sung said, it's not much of a big break if you actually put in so much work, but this is fun work, isn't it? Now, big break, with just 10 points, you actually get to go on to the finals and you face the Soul Searchers team, who are actually going for their 6th win today. Do you have any special plans to go against them?
We'll just do our best.
Okay, and continue your break, right? Okay, thank you very much and congratulations, and we'll be right back after this. Stage, and now let us welcome the Soul Searchers. Zerrudo and Joanne Mamangun, welcome back to our stage. This is your attempt at win number 6 in a row. We'll see what happens today. We've had so much mail about you guys on our website, and I'm wondering, have you taken a look?
Yes, we have. We've seen all of them, but we haven't had the opportunity to answer all of them. But we know that you're there supporting us, and that's why we're doing so well. It's because of everybody here that we feel your support. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for joining us, and good luck to you. And now, as we begin this exciting finals round, I'd like to give you the rules. We have 5 categories in this section, 5 questions each, 10 to 50 points each. And of course, if you get a question right, then you get the right to choose the next question. If you get it wrong, the chance to answer goes over to the other team. Now, what are today's categories, Chun-Sung?
Today's categories are leading ladies, something new, art and artists, famous tragedies, and sound.
And something new is, of course, talking about exciting inventions, which we like to do a lot. Now, I get to choose the first question, and I will go with leading ladies for 10 points. Hollywood stars are voicing their official opposition against George W. Bush's attack against Iraq. The actress of Thelma and Louise and her husband Tim Robbins is at the forefront of this SS.
Susan Sarandon.
And the anti-war declaration is called Not in Our Name, and it's also signed by Martin Sheen, Oliver Stone, and Jane Fonda, who are famous for being anti-war, actually, activists. SS is pretty quick with a buzzer, and SS you get to choose.
Leading ladies for 20 points, please.
Leading ladies for 20 points. If this year is any indication, it will be difficult to dislodge this leading lady from her position for quite some time. As of the end of September, her record stood at 53 wins to only 4 losses, as she has won 36 of her last 37 matches and has powered her way to victories in this year's French Open. SS.
Serena Williams.
And of course, she's had quite a sibling rivalry with her sister, Venus Williams, who also is a very good tennis star. And SS, you get to choose again.
Something new for 10 points.
Something new for 10 points.
This originated when Brazilian Indians stuck their feet into liquid latex and allowed it to harden. What are these shoes with a rubber sole and usually a cloth upper, also called tennis shoes?
Big break.
Sneakers.
Now, what will you have, big break?
Something new for 20, please.
Something new for 20 points.
In 1830, Edwin Budding of England invented a machine for finishing heavy woolen cloth. However, it could not be used in the mills because of opposition from the Luddites who were destroying machines. So his invention turned into this, a machine for cutting grass. What is it?
SS.
Lawnmower.
Yes. And SS, you're increasing your lead, and you get to choose.
Leading ladies for 30 points.
Leading ladies for 30 points. This poised and beautiful former model and stage actress from a wealthy Philadelphia family came into film prominence in the 1950s when she won an Oscar for her performance as a drab, embittered wife of an alcoholic performer in the movie The Country Girl. Known as a favorite of director Alfred Hitchcock, it was while filming the movie To Catch a Thief that she met SS.
Grace Kelly.
And of course, she married into the Monaco royal family and retired from film and became a real princess. And Big Break, I'd like to see you back on the board. And SS, you get to choose.
Leading ladies for 40 points, please.
Leading ladies for 40 points. It was the summer of 1962 when composer Antonio Carlos Jobim and his longtime collaborator Vinicius de Moraes were sitting at a beach bar when young Helo Pinheiro walked by, swaying like a samba past the two awestruck composers. Since then, this song has been sung by nearly 200 artists. SS.
Girl from Ipanema.
Yes. Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, and Nat King Cole were among the people who sang this song. And of course, just wanted to try the buzzer. Big Break, I know you knew the answer. Yeah, they're really quick with the buzzer. Now, SS, you get to choose again.
Leading ladies for 50 points, please.
Leading ladies for 50 points. Time magazine recently profiled this possibly mythical ancient member of royalty. Her exhibit this summer at the British Museum sought to examine her origins and unravel the myth behind this person, who is the only female character that is featured in the sacred writings of Judaism. SS.
Mary.
Big Break, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. The sacred writings of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. She is first introduced in the biblical Old Testament when she travels to Jerusalem to inquire about and investigate the wisdom of King Solomon. Who is this ancient ruler? Big Break, 5 seconds. Think very carefully. SS.
Queen of Sheba.
Yes. And of course, she is called Bilqis or Bilgis in the Quran, and she controlled the spice trade, thus earning her moniker given to her by Time magazine as the original Spice Girl. Okay, and SS, you get to choose.
Let's have something new for 30 points, please.
Something new for 30 points.
For 30 points, like my missile, before American inventor Jack Ryan designed the very first this, he worked at the Pentagon as an engineer designing Sparrow and Hawk missiles. The toy company Mattel hired him for his space-age savvy and knowledge of materials. Thankfully,
SS.
Barbie.
Yes. And Jack Ryan, of course, was formerly the husband of Zsa Zsa Gabor, apparently, and made the Barbie doll, the representative doll of the U.S. And Big Break, I'd like to encourage you to get back on board. And SS, you get to choose again.
Something new for 40 points, please.
Something new for 40 points.
John Logie or Logie Baird was a Scottish engineer, unkempt in appearance and notoriously absent-minded. After several unsuccessful business ventures such as making undersocks for cold feet, jam, soap, etc., he finally invented something. In the 1920s, he demonstrated a mechanical scanner that is able to convert an image into a series of electronic impulses.
SS.
TV.
And SS, you get to choose.
Something new for 50 points.
Something new, closing the category at 50 points.
It was invented by George Nichols, a project manager for Northrop, a Californian aviation firm, in 1949. He developed the idea from a remark made by a colleague at the Wright Field Aircraft Laboratory. He kept a list of laws and added this one, which he called blank law, named after the person who said it. It was a prescription for avoiding mistakes in the design for an aircraft's hydraulic system. What is it? What do you call the
If
law?
there's
If there's something that goes wrong, it will go wrong.
Big Break.
Murphy's Law.
And Captain Edward Murphy was the engineer who came up with this. And Big Break, it's good to see you on the board with such big points. It was 50 points. And you get to choose.
Sound for 10, please.
Sound for 10 points.
Hello, my name is Yeo Do-hyun, and I'm a sound mixing engineer. It's hard to imagine life without sounds. Sound certainly is a large part of our lives, so let's test how much you know about sound. This was named after a scientist, native of Austria, because of his work in aerodynamics. This is the speed of an object relative to the speed of sound.
SS.
Mach.
That's right. An aircraft traveling at twice the speed of sound has a blank, or Mach of 2. And SS, you get to choose.
Arts and artists for 10 points.
Art and artists for 10 points. This question is multiple choice. You are probably all familiar with the famous Renaissance painter Michelangelo Buonarroti. Of the following, which is not a work of Michelangelo's? Now you can only choose one, so be very careful per team. 1. Pietà, 2. David, 3. The Last Judgment, 4. The Last Supper. SS.
Number 3, The Last Judgment.
Big Break, your chance is up. 5 seconds. Big Break?
Number 1.
Actually, he did both those works. The Last Supper is the wall, painting that was done by Leonardo da Vinci. Now, I will choose. I'll go with the same section, art and artists, for 20 points. The world may never have known this great artist due to a nearly fatal misjudgment at his birth. The midwife thought he was stillborn and abandoned him on a table. His uncle, a cigar-smoking physician, however, saved the day by reviving the baby with a blast of air into his lungs. This lucky Spanish painter is widely acknowledged to be the most SS.
Pablo Picasso.
Most important artist of the 20th century, and he is credited with the Guernica, and also he is the head of the modern art movement called Cubism, inventing collage as an artistic technique.
Do you think he would still be the genius that we recognize him to be if he hadn't sort of laid there on a table without air for a bit and then...
That's very interesting. But he was a highly skilled artist. Could he have been so skilled?
Yeah, cigar smoke. There you go. You woke up, right? Yeah.
What an awful first impression of the world, though, don't you think? He must have thought this world's pretty stinky.
Yeah.
Thus, Guernica. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And SS, you get to choose again.
Art and artist for 30 points, please.
Art and artist for 30 points. This French painter won 100,000 francs in the state lottery in 1891. With this newfound financial independence, he could do what he wanted to do and wandered about painting the French countryside. SS.
Van Gogh.
Big Break, it's your chance. Big Break.
Monet.
Yes. He experimented with painting outside, and he organized the exhibition in 1874, which he showcased his picture, Impression Sunrise, and that's where we got the name Impressionism. Very good. Big Break, you get to choose once again.
40 for the same category, please.
Art and artists for 40 points. This method of producing colored designs on textiles by applying wax to the part to be left uncolored was originally used in Java and derives SS.
Batik.
Yes. And its name comes from Javanese word for wax painting. And of course, this is a technique of textile design that involves negative or resist dyeing. And of course, it's Indonesian. And SS, you get to choose again.
Famous tragedies for 10 points.
Famous tragedies for 10 points.
For 10 points. This famous tragedy concerns two families and how their...
SS.
Macbeth.
Good guess, but Big Break, it's your chance to answer, and please finish the question.
And how their feud spills over into the lives of two of their children who, despite their family differences, fall in love. Set in Italy, this story follows these star-crossed lovers.
Big Break.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. And of course, it is written by Shakespeare, like Macbeth. Big break, you get to choose.
20, the same
Okay,
category.
famous tragedies for 20 points.
More than 2 years in the making, it set sail from Queenstown, Ireland on April 11th, 1912 for New York. Although
SS.
Titanic.
Yes, and of course, 3 days later, after they set sail, over 1,500 people lost their lives when the ship sank, as we know, by striking an iceberg off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada. And SS, you get to choose.
Famous tragedies for 30 points.
Famous tragedies for 30 points.
what you're listening to right now is a song sung by the Swedish rock group Europe in memory of the crash victims of this space shuttle in 1986. This disaster.
SS.
Challenger disaster.
Yes. And of course, the Challenger blew up 73 seconds after takeoff from the Kennedy Space Center on January 28, 1986. It was a pretty big issue because at the time, there was a teacher on board who had been written in by her students, so that was very sad. And now that was the second space shuttle of the US. And SS, you get to choose again.
Famous tragedies for 40 points, please.
Famous tragedies for 40 points.
Prior to World War II, the hydrogen-filled dirigible was considered to be the successor.
SS.
Hindenburg.
And of course, the Hindenburg was to herald a new age in these blimps that were supposed to carry people across. But of course, people had an accident, the Zeppelin company, and named after famous German national hero who was elected German president in 1925. What will you have next?
Famous tragedies for 50 points.
Famous tragedies for 50 points.
Considered by many to be the father of Greek tragedies, Greek playwright Aeschylus himself was a victim of tragedy when, according to a legend, his death was caused by an eagle dropping this animal on his bald head, mistaking it for a rock. What was the animal that was dropped? The eagle
dropped. Yes, SS.
A turtle.
Well, perhaps I shouldn't be laughing at this famous tragedy, but it's pretty interesting when you think about it, right?
Yeah.
A turtle dropping from the sky and dying because your bald head is mistaken for a rock. Well, SS, you get to choose the next question.
Sound for 20 points.
Sound for 20 points.
In Greek mythology, she is a mountain nymph or an Oread. She offended the goddess Hera by keeping her in conversation, thus preventing her from spying on one of Zeus' amours. To punish her, Hera deprived her of speech, except for the ability to repeat the last word of another.
Big break.
Echo.
And Echo fell in love with Narcissus, and she is known for that. And of course, Narcissus was in love with his own image and made her fade away until all that was left of her was her voice. Very sad. Of course, the name of this nymph also means the repetition of a sound caused by the reflection of sound waves from a surface. And big break, you get to choose.
30 for the same category, please.
Okay, sound for 30 points.
This is a multiple choice question. You will only have one chance to answer. Of the following, in which state of matter is sound velocity the fastest? 1. Solid. 2. Gas. 3. Liquid. 4. None of the above.
SS.
Gas.
Big break.
Number 4, none of the above.
Actually, it is fastest in the solid. If you beat it, the sound travels fastest through. Just taking apart the set. And I will pick the next question. I'll go with sound for 40 points.
Many animals have the ability to hear sounds in the human blank frequency range, as some ranges of hearing for mammals and insects are compared with those of humans. This word used to describe sound waves that have frequencies above the upper limit of the normal range of human hearing, which is about
SS.
Ultrasound.
And big break, it's your chance to answer. And let's have the rest of the question.
20 kilohertz. What is this word?
5 seconds, big break. Think very carefully about this. SS.
Ultrasonic.
And we have just one question left, so we'll go with sound for 50 points.
Its inventor conceived it while studying sitar music in an ashram in India, and said with respect to it, real high fidelity means reproducing the silence as accurately as the sound. This system is an electronic circuit that reduces the background high-frequency noise, or hiss, during replay of magnetic tape recordings. What's this?
This system is an electronic circuit that reduces the background high-frequency noise, or hiss, during replay of magnetic tape recordings. What is this? And of course, you find this all over CDs. SS.
Digital recording.
Big break, 5 seconds. Big break.
Master recording? Master recording?
Think very carefully. Its inventor conceived it while studying sitar music in an ashram of India, and what he thought was that expressing the silence was as important as expressing the sound. Now, what is this? This system, an electronic circuit that reduces the background high-frequency noise, or hiss, during replay of magnetic tape recordings. When we buy tapes, SS.
Dubbing.
Big break, 5 seconds. We were looking for Dolby system. Yes. And of course, that is the mark of quality in music.
Yes.
And of course, with that, SS, you win yet again. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
Now, big break, your aim was to actually take a break from your very tough work. Now, well, was it a good break for you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And do you have any words for those people who are supporting you home?
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And well, thank you very much for joining us. You were very fun to watch, and we were supporting you, but you had very tough opponents today. So, well, we hope that you will join us again when we actually have the secondary round, where we invite back some of the people who did great jobs and actually get to go again. Okay? Big break. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Now, SS team, this is great. You've just continued your row of wins. This is your 6th win in a row. I'm sure people back home are going crazy, as are your growing number of supporters in Korea, who are actually thinking, wow, what a great job you guys are doing. I know your aim must be to go to Europe now.
Yes, that's the last step, and hopefully we can make it there. But I don't know, it's always up to God. So everything's done by God. So yeah.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for joining us yet again. And I'll be seeing you again next week.
Yes, thank you.
We had a winner, 6-time winner in a row, and of course, please join us next week for more fun on the Contenders. I'll be seeing you again Friday. Bye-bye.